All right, so we're going to talk about estimation. Estimation is the process of arriving at an approximate answer to a question. It can tell you whether the answer for a computation makes sense. Rounding is a form of estimation. So for example, if you are about to cross the street, you may estimate the speed of oncoming cars so that you know whether to wait before crossing. You're going to watch the cars going by and you're going to go, well, they're going slow enough and I think I can make it, or they're going a little too fast and I will wait for a larger opening of the traffic before I try to cross. You may say that you are 20 years old instead of saying you are 20 years and 5 months. Usually we don't go, now when we were little, we might have said, well, I am 8 3/4 because it was a big deal. But as you get older, you're good rounding down. Even if your birthday's in a month, you still might round it down. If you say you'll be home in about a half hour instead of 25 minutes, normally we round and say, well, I'll be there in about 15 minutes, about a half hour, about 45 minutes, or about an hour. We don't go to the exact. I'll be there in 8 minutes. We'll say we'll be there in about 10 to 15. All right. So if you purchase bread for $2.59, detergent for $2.17, a sandwich for $3.65, an apple for 47 cents, and soda for $5.79. The total bill was given as $18.67. Is this amount reasonable, and what is the actual total? So we're going to use our estimation to figure out if that bill is reasonable or not. So we're looking at example 1, and I'm going to write each piece so that you can for sure see what we're talking about. So we're looking at bread, and the bread was $2.59, and we have detergent, and the detergent was $2.17. We have a sandwich, and the sandwich was $3.65. We have an apple for 47 cents, and we have a soda for $5.79. Now, we are looking to use our rounding skills with this. So we're going to round to the nearest dollar. So that means if it's $2.50, or at the 50-cent part, 50 cents you'll round up, less than 50 cents you round down. So we're rounding to the nearest dollar. So $2.59, 59 cents is greater than 50 cents, so we will round up. So this will be, those little squiggles mean approximately, so we're going to round to $3. $2.17, well, that's less than 50, so this will be $2. $3.65 for our sandwich, well, 65 cents is greater than 50 cents, so we're going to round up to $4. The apple is 47 cents. Well, that's less than 50 cents, so we will round down to 0. No, it's not free, but we're going to round it to that. And $5.79, well, that's greater than 50 cents, so we'll round it up to be 6. Now, we want to find the actual cost and the estimated cost. So this is our actual, and this is the estimated. So when we add these using a calculator, our actual cost is $14.67. And our estimated cost is $15. So you can see that they are pretty close. And it should be about that. Depending on how many things round up versus rounding down, this would give you an estimation. If you were going shopping and you have a limited amount of money, you can estimate what your prices are, and it can give you an idea if you think you'll have enough money to pay, if you're paying for cash or you only have so much left in your bank account. Can I buy everything I'm looking at? And by estimating, or you can use the calculator or phone to find the actual cost, but we can estimate at that, and it's pretty close to it. Now the question was that the actual bill was $18.67. And we want to know, was that bill reasonable? Well, with our estimation, that's $3.67 off. That's $3.50 if we're estimating, almost 4. That's quite a bit higher than what our estimated cost. And because we found the actual cost, we can see that that bill is $4 off. So somewhere somebody hit a wrong key to enter in. So our answer would be, no, this is not reasonable. Was our estimation reasonable? Our estimation of the cost was reasonable because it's within a small amount of money. But if we're looking at only $20 or less, $4 is way off on what we should be looking at. So here we're going to answer that to be no. All right, we can estimate to determine the amount is reasonable without a calculator by rounding that cost of each item and then adding them, which is what we did. For example 2, we're going to estimate a carpenter's salary who works full-time earning $28 an hour. We're going to look at his weekly salary and his yearly salary. So for example 2, we are looking at part A, his weekly salary. Now, he earns $28 an hour. Well, we don't want to go with the actual. We're looking to estimate. So we're going to round 28, and we're going to make it 30, because we're going to round to the nearest 10. And full-time, if he's working full-time, usually that is 40 hours a week. So we're going to say 30 times 40 hours a week will get us $1,200 weekly. Now for part B, we also want to know his yearly salary. So for his yearly salary, how many weeks are in a year? Well, 52 weeks are in a year, but we want to round. So we can round 52 and we can make it 50. That would be the way to round that. We'll round it down to 50. Now we knew that this was $1,200 weekly on our rounding. So we can take the $1,200 a week and multiply it times 50 weeks, and we'll get $60,000 for his yearly salary. Now, that's an estimation that he's making about $60,000 a year. Is that his exact salary? No, but it's a good estimate. And one thing we could look at is we rounded up his wages up here, but we rounded down in weeks. So that should be roughly at what it is. And we're just looking at estimating. All right, let's look at example 3. You and your friend ate lunch at Ye Olde Cafe. The check for the meal showed that the soup was $3.40, the juice was $2.25, roast beef sandwich was $5.60, the chicken salad sandwich was $5.40. There were 2 coffees at $3.40. Apple pie was $2.85, chocolate cake was $3.95, and the total bill before tax was given at $29.85. Is the amount reasonable? Now, the reason you want to know this is when you get a bill, it doesn't make sense. Because if it doesn't, maybe you're getting overcharged. Or if you want to worry about whether or not you were undercharged, you could also look at that. All right, so let's write down what we got for our lunch. So we had soup. Soup was $3.40. And we had juice at $2.25 and a roast beef sandwich that was $5.60 and a chicken salad sandwich for $5.40. 2 coffees for a total of $3.40, an apple pie for $2.85 and chocolate cake. And the chocolate cake was $3.95. So remember, this is the actual, and we are going to do the estimated cost. So approximately is what we're looking for. So I'm going to make all those little squiggles, and then we'll go back and look at our values. So $3.40, if we're rounding to nearest dollar again, that 40 cents is going to be less than 50 cents, so we'll round down to 3. $2.25 rounds down to 2. $5.60, well, that's more than 50 cents, so it's going to round up to 6. $5.40 will round down to 5. $3.40 will round down to 3. $2.85, well, that's going to round up to 3. And $3.95 will round up to 4. Well, our estimated cost when we add all of our values here will get us $26. The actual cost is $26.85. So our estimate is still very close to what our actual cost is. Now they gave us a bill of $29.85. Was it reasonable? That's the question. Well, it's $3 off from our estimation, well, almost $4 off of our estimation. So then once we estimated, then we look and, oh, it's not right. Somebody made a math oopsie there. And so the answer would be no, because it's actually $3 off. So we would assume our bill is wrong and re-add it. If you can do the estimation real quick and it's around it, you're probably good. And if not, then you can plug them all into the calculator on your phone that you usually have with you. And then you can make sure you are not overcharged for your food items.